Hi YouTube. Today I want to come and talk to you about the concept of acceptance in our lives. Now, this is pretty much how I start all of my yoga classes, with some relaxation and a bit of a script that obviously changes each class, but which goes through my mind. And we'll talk about my acceptance script. But first of all, a bit about me. So my name's Sally. I'm a yoga teacher and a counselor. And today I just want to talk to you about some of the things that I do in my daily life and that I teach people about in my work and also as a yoga teacher. And I was listening to a podcast with Anna Lembke on the Diary of a CEO podcast. And Anna Lembke is a psychiatrist who works in the field of addiction. And she recently appeared on this podcast and she wrote the book Dopamine Nation. And she is very good at explaining how we get into patterns where we seek out pleasure constantly in our lives and how that works out for our brain. So when I was listening to this podcast yesterday and she talked about the word acceptance, it reminded me of the spiel that I do at the start of all of my yoga classes. So we'll talk about that. And then I also, in this video, I'm also going to talk about this book, The 5 Resets. And I've started reading it. I'm not finished, but I did want to talk to you about this book today. So I've highlighted a few points that I'm going to share about, which are on the same theme of accepting where we're at. So first of all, we can even just do a little bit of this now. So just kind of take a moment, just do a little bit of a physical scan through your body, just noticing how your physical body is feeling today. So just notice how you're feeling in your mind, in your heart, how you're feeling in your muscles, any physical aches and pains in your joints, just noticing with a sense of curiosity. So if you find any little bits of pain or discomfort, just noticing and allowing for them. And I think that word allowing for the feelings is a part of the acceptance, isn't it? So noticing we're not always going to feel good and it's okay to sit with uncomfortable feelings or a little bit of pain and we're going to be okay. So I think that constantly needing to seek a way out of the discomfort or a way out of the pain can be part of the problem. So part of it is noticing it, accepting it, allowing for it. And if you're not fighting against it, you come at the problem with more of acceptance, it's not going to feel quite as bad. So then, because otherwise you have the pain, the discomfort, and the resistance to the pain and the discomfort, which can be part of the problem. It's just a quick request. If you are watching this video and you are finding it helpful in any way, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, now back to the video. Now, of course, we need to be compassionate with ourselves. And if we have had too much pain, discomfort, and we keep doing the same thing over and over, and we're still getting the pain and discomfort, and we're not getting any relief, then we can go too far with that. So being kind of toxic. In this book, they talk about toxic resilience, which is where you kind of keep pushing and pushing and pushing, which is what we're kind of taught to do sometimes. Keep going, get through it. You can do this. But maybe it's not the right path. So every now and again, just noticing, being curious, is this the right path? Reassessing, asking some questions, not just keeping on going. Because if we do push past all those boundaries and we pursue like being productive at all costs, no matter what, if we put it's like mind over matter, I have to get through this, I have to keep going, and I'm pretty sure we've all been there. It doesn't end well. It's like that Energizer bunny. I need to keep going. And some people even identify as part of their personality. Like if you're super enthusiastic and conscientious, you will push and push and push too far. So there's definitely some wisdom, some self-compassion that you need to bring to this. So if you keep going and you push past the boundaries and you don't check in and noticing, oh, hang on a minute, this isn't turning out well for me, it won't end well. Now, the other one I want to talk about is just accepting where you're at. Your own personal experience is going to be different to other people. So comparing ourselves to other people is going to cause a lot more pain and discomfort. So if someone you know might be further along the path in this certain respect, and you comparing yourself to them is not going to help. And if you try and keep up with them or wonder why it seems easy for them and it's hard for you isn't helpful really at all. You notice someone's doing well or they're achieving better than you, and that's making you feel a little bit envious or jealous, well, that's a good marker for you that that's something that's important to you that you also want to pursue. But you don't need to go at their pace in their race. I can give you an example from my own life. So I've been doing parkrun now for quite a few years. I think I'm up to like 172 parkruns, which is the 5K run that you can do at the park on Saturday morning. And there are times when I have to walk parkrun because I've had an injury. There are times when I volunteer. There are times when I can run as fast as I can. And even me running as fast as I can when I've been doing some training during the week, I might do quite a good time, but I'm still not going to be the first person in my age category because some people are just born to run and that's not me. And other people might not be pursuing other goals in work and study or whatever. So you can't compare them. You don't know, maybe they've had a great week at training. Maybe they've slept really well. Maybe they got up early and they had coffee and a huge breakfast and they've got all this energy. Maybe they just have way more natural talent than you. And so if you try and keep up with them, you will be in more extreme pain. You may even injure yourself or overdo it and end up with heat stroke. Yes, it's really hot here at the moment. So it is a matter of just noticing where you're at and allowing for the fact that you're going to be at your pace, being self-compassionate to yourself. If you're learning something new, other people might seem easy to them, but that's not your experience. So just accepting what's happening for you is going to take away some of that discomfort. The other thing that we need to take into a consideration is accepting how much we have on our plate, taking into account the bigger picture. So you might be thinking, well, I don't know why I'm so stressed at work. It hasn't been that stressful. I've been there a while. I should know what I'm doing. But if you take into account, oh, actually, I've got some stress with what's happening. My friends are going through something. I might have had some family stress. And then compounding, it's everything on top of each other, which can really lead to stress. So sometimes if you think, oh, I should be fine with this. Why can't I keep going with this? Well, it might be a number of things that have been compounding that you hadn't taken into account. And then you might get the frustration, like, why can't I just pull myself out of this? Or why can't I just keep going? And so that's really not a helpful thing. The why question is always not helpful. Just noticing, oh, I seem to be having trouble right now. I'm not sleeping well, or I'm not eating well. I've lost my appetite, or maybe I'm comfort eating or eating too much, whatever is happening for you. Oh, okay. Noticing that and going, oh, this might be something that I need to take into consideration. Maybe I shouldn't keep pushing. Maybe this is a time when I need to put my hand up and say, actually, I'm not doing that well. I need a bit of help. I need to take a break, or I need to make a change. And also, I think the other thing to remember is that, you're going to have a bad day at work. You're going to feel some grief and sadness and letting go as your children age and they move away from you and they start to not need you as much. Just knowing that you're going to have this normal discomfort and pain in your life, and it doesn't always have to feel good and happy. But I think also trying to label what's happening. Oh, I'm feeling bitter right now, or I'm feeling resentful about this. And then going, okay, well, no wonder I feel terrible. I'm feeling resentful. Well, that's not going to be helpful. And then sitting with the resentment and then, figuring out what might be a good step for you. Maybe you need to do some tapping, some EFT tapping. So go to YouTube, Google EFT tapping for feeling resentful. Maybe, you need to say a prayer if that's your practice. So maybe you need to call a friend and talk about it. Maybe you just need to have a break. So not trying to fix it, not trying to seek something else to get out of this feeling of pain. Trying to constantly seek pleasure, distract ourselves, trying to be like feeling happy and good all the time doesn't end well. And we often turn to our phones for that little hit of dopamine to distract ourselves instead of sitting with what's happening, noticing, accepting, allowing for it, and trying to push it away or forget about it in the moment. So when I would teach yoga on Tuesdays, I would often find myself recounting similar stories or using similar words for people who were trying to quit smoking. So for all of us, I think this is something we can all notice. Accepting where we're at, noticing that we're probably going to seek some sort of feeling, seek some sort of behavior to take away the feeling. when actually it's okay to just sit with the discomfort. Allow for that unease. Just by accepting it, you will naturally feel a little bit better because you're not fighting the feeling. Oh, why do I feel like this? It's Friday. I'm meant to feel good kind of thing, that real resistance that we talked about. And I think that's why yoga is so helpful, because yoga is the practice of focusing on your breath and your body, connecting the two with your mind. And that is actually a great way to accept, okay, where am I at right now in my physical body? Checking in with my emotional well-being, my physical well-being, noticing what my breath's doing, accepting where I'm at in my physical body, in my mind, with my breath. And if you can do that in your yoga class, it's going to help you. It's like what we practice in yoga is what we can practice in our real life. So I think that's really what I'm trying to share in my yoga classes, and that what I've found to be so helpful from my yoga practice. If we can accept what we're feeling, maybe we're feeling a bit grumpy or something annoying has happened and we're feeling a bit off, then instead of like just jumping on the lounge and scrolling on your phone, which is a real temptation, the other thing to do is to go and do something in line with your goals or something you're working on. I mean, I can just even use this as an example. So I'd had a little bit of, family tension in the lead up to filming this video, and I was like, oh, now I have to go film a video, and I was resisting it, and I was like, but I'm still doing it because I really want to upload a video today. And then now that I've finished recording the video, or I'm about to be finished recording the video, I actually feel so much better because I've done something towards my goals. I've done something. So instead of seeking comfort from the pain, I need to notice the pain, the discomfort, the grumpy feeling, whatever it is, and then keep going with my plan, my original plan for the day, and keep getting things done, keep working on my goals, keep doing my work. And then when I get that done, I'm going to naturally feel better. So we're going to feel better through getting through the pain of work or exercise or, home gym or cleaning out the pool or going for a run or whatever else is on your to-do list. You feel better. I've heard Rich Roll say mood follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel good to do something. You do the thing and then you feel a bit better. So pursuing something that's hard and challenging and getting uncomfortable, even if it's a run, which running 5Ks is uncomfortable, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to get dopamine after that. Now, obviously, if you're just doing the run for the dopamine, that's not the right reason. You'll probably get other benefits. Generally speaking, exercise is so helpful for this. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in, that once you get something done, you feel better, and that's a great way to move through discomfort and pain. And okay, accepting I'm feeling a bit grumpy. My instinct is to go scroll on my phone, YouTube, Instagram, whatever you like. Instead, I'm going to go and do the thing that I want to do next, the next right thing. Okay. All right, YouTube. Well, if you want to get the book's called The 5 Resets. I just borrowed it at the library. It's by Adita Nerurkar. It is, obviously I haven't finished with it, so I'm probably going to keep reading it and then share some more. So I've just kind of been doing the intro, which led me to this video, but the 5 resets, I will go through them in another video. Yeah, if you want to check out the podcast with Anna Lembke, just search Anna Lembke and Diary of a CEO podcast on Spotify or YouTube and you'll find it. Okay, YouTube, good to see you. If you liked the video, please press the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. That would be really helpful. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a video every week. And also I'll be doing a short in between. And you can also share the video, comment on the video. I'd love to know your thoughts on how you're finding the videos, the most recent videos. All right, good to see you, YouTube. Take care, bye-bye.